Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Afternoon Tune. I'm your host, Josh, and I'm with
90s.
And today's going to be kind of a short show, not that long, because Dusk isn't here. I think he said to go to a birthday party or something like that. I think
nice.
Slide through, so he's busy doing something at the moment. So just to catch up, how you been, man? Because I didn't see you last week, right?
I've been doing good, man. Avoiding this rainstorm. It was supposed to rain right about now, but it's looking good, man. Everybody's getting a blizzard and all that stuff everywhere else.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's surprising.
Okay, that's weird as well.
It is, man. I believe in global warming at this point.
So on today's show, we're going to talk about just Alien Covenant. Saw that Friday.
Right.
Give a review of that real quick. We're going to talk about Logic's new album that came out. How long did that Logic album come out?
It was it's been out for probably 2 weeks now. I think it came out on a Friday.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that, though.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. So his album, everybody going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Trill League.
Oh, yeah.
And we're also going to talk about Net Neutrality, something big happened there.
Oh, yes.
That
Affects our show.
Yeah. Affects pretty much everybody on the internet, really.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. And just to jump right in, bring up Alien Covenant.
All right.
Now, this is a movie you didn't see this.
Man, I heard it was bad. I'm sorry.
Right. Now, are you a fan of Alien, or do you care about Alien?
We had this talk, and I told you about what was his name? Jeff Bezos had that big mecha machine or whatever. He said he felt like Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver.
I don't know how to say her name, and I would never get it right. But yeah, I didn't get the reference. So you that tells how much of an Alien fan
Okay,
I
so
am.
you've never seen Aliens?
Nope.
Okay. All right. It's a great film.
I've seen Alien versus Predator.
Okay, because Aliens is probably one of the greatest sequels ever made.
Man, I've missed out. I'm sorry. I'm like I haven't seen much of nothing.
You never even seen the first Alien?
Nope.
Okay. I actually just watched the first Alien, just like yesterday.
I mean, well, that makes sense because whenever I watch a new movie, I do want to catch up on the older one. So I'm glad that you did that as well.
Right, because I had seen it before. I just haven't seen it in quite a while.
Well, on that part, I got nothing.
Okay. Well, just check it out,
I won't. I'm sorry. I won't.
Okay.
It's said and done at this point. It's cemented.
Okay. So, not talking about Aliens, talk about Alien Covenant.
Okay.
Which whole movie revolves around this colonization mission on the Covenant going to Oregon 5, I think they say, to colonize this planet to start a new civilization.
Now, what is the Covenant for people that don't know, such as myself?
It's the name of the ship that they're on.
Okay, nice.
That's the name of the ship.
And that was in Prometheus, right?
The Covenant?
Yes.
And the name of the ship in Prometheus was the Prometheus.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Carry on, sir.
Okay, yeah. So, but then something happens where they have, they called sun flares, I believe it was, that basically damaged the ship badly. That forced the crew to wake up earlier than they were supposed to be.
Okay.
Because they were in hypersleep. And that was going to take, they say, 7 years for them to get to that planet. They were already on a long-way voyage, and it was going to take 7 years to get all the way to that planet. So they were in deep hypersleep, and then they wake up due to major damage that got caused to the ship.
Okay, and just before you go on any further, I do need to ask, where does this place in the timeline? Just because of the name, doesn't say like 3 or anything.
I believe this takes place still quite a while before the first Alien. It still hasn't caught up with that yet because I've got Ridley Scott said he wanted to do maybe 6 more movies of this prequel stuff of Alien and all that type of stuff. That's what he said he wanted to do.
That is not a good idea. They're doing the same thing with Avatar right now.
Yeah, where James Cameron wants to make like 20 fucking Avatar movies, which nobody wants to see. Nobody has any interest in at all.
And they have, I will say this much. They have a theme park as well. And that sounds legit. That sounds cool. But like, was it 6 movies they want to do for that, I think? Or 4 at least. And no. At least Aliens, people want this stuff. Like, okay, Alien, yeah, I fucking love that.
Yeah. I mean, Avatar as a theme park makes sense because it's such a visual experience with the world and everything. So that's kind of cool that they want to do that. So that's nice. So with this, so they have an accident, which forces them to do repairs on the ship.
Okay.
And this leads them to a distress signal on another planet, and then just to be said, some shenanigans happens. And this is Ridley Scott returning again to his franchise. First, he did Prometheus, which I don't. Didn't see Prometheus.
I saw it. Yes, I did.
So how'd you like Prometheus?
It was all right. I like the. That was one of the movies. It's like, okay, it's not the best movie ever, but I like the idea where it's like, oh, we meet our maker.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of deep philosophical stuff
Yeah.
in that movie. I think it's kind of stupid, and it hit up its own ass. Me personally, a lot of stuff that's not handled particularly well.
Okay, I agree.
A lot of people doing really dumb things that they shouldn't be doing.
Oh, let me touch this. This is a foreign thing that I've never seen before. Let me take off my helmet. Did they take off their helmet in that movie?
Maybe in Prometheus?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
and
it
carries over here to Covenant again. Same thing carries over. A lot of the same kind of mistakes there carry over. And a lot of the characters in this movie just don't work at all. Because because they put up a lot of promotional stuff on YouTube, which you can watch.
Okay.
Like they did Last Supper, which is like a viral marketing did on YouTube, which is stuff that you could have put in the movie. Like that's good character building stuff that deserves to be in the movie, not in the viral marketing. I mean, we're in a new age now where you can market different ways, like how the Suicide Squad did in their marketing, where they put out these little vignettes of 1 minute videos with like Killer Croc and like to just bios of all the characters. That was like really cool.
Yeah.
Stuff. I was like a way, but you didn't have to see that before you saw a movie. If I'm gonna get major plot information and character stuff, that should be all in the movie, not in the viral marketing of the film.
Exactly.
So that was a big mistake there, because when stuff happens really quick in this movie, and you're the type of person that gets bored kind of easily. Shit happens really quick, and it goes off from there. So it's more action paced than Prometheus was. I think it's way more action paced than that.
Okay. I mean, well, Prometheus didn't lose my attention, so I would expect this one would be it seems like it'll be good, so I'll let you finish on that.
Yeah. Now where I fall on this movie now, because I saw Prometheus, and do I think it's better than that? Slightly, because if I look at more of it as like a B movie type of thing, I can enjoy it maybe on that little bit of a level. Right. Because with this one, it's like how I felt about The Thing, not John Carpenter's The Thing, but the one they did a prequel to with Mary Elizabeth Winstead, which came out 2011, I believe, 2011, sometime around then. Now that one I think people were unfairly harsh towards. I just was looking for a good monster movie. Can you deliver that to me? And I think for that movie, The Thing, I think they did that for me. So with this one, I wasn't looking at to be Aliens or Alien, because I know like those two are masterpieces.
Yeah.
And it's not going to ever reach that level for me. So I came in with kind of lower expectations. Even coming in with lower expectations, I was still disappointed by it. Man. But I still think you can still have some fun with it a little bit. And it seems like with character-wise, the only person Ridley Scott cares about is Michael Fassbender as the android, because he's back again as Walter.
That Michael Fassbender, man, it's always him.
Yeah, and he's the one that actually has an arc in the film. Okay. He's the one that actually, like, it's deeply interesting in his whole character. And David, who was his android character in the first film, which is not really a big spoiler because it was in the viral marketing, and also it was at the end. If you watched Prometheus, it was if you watched the prologue, I think they also have for the movie. Again, I was also in viral marketing. He's in there as well, and he's right at the beginning of this film. And the deepest moments come from those two androids interacting and talking about life and creation and what that really means. I mean, that stuff is very interesting.
Yeah, apparently, like, it reminds me of Google Home talking to Alexa on Twitch.
So that stuff is really good. But then it's everybody else. You got a lot of good veteran actors in here. You got Billy Crudup in here, who plays a scientist, and a lot of them are scientists in it. Catherine Waterstone, who she's clearly the Ripley of this movie. They're trying to make her into that.
Okay.
Which they've been trying to do forever since Sigourney Weaver left. They try to, each female protagonist, they had to make her the new Ripley. And with her, she suffers with a lot of other characters, which not enough time given to them because you don't feel attached to any of them because, like I said, it goes off really quick, and a lot of them just get dispatched. So you don't, and they do a lot of stupid things in it. Like going to a planet they don't know about that they received the signal from, and then they investigate it. And it's like, okay, we're gonna go investigate because it has, they said, a 90-something% habitable rate.
Okay, nice.
So it's like, okay, this is more than the planet we were supposed to go to. That's better than the percentage. That's better. That's much better. So, but still, though, they don't know anything about this place, and they're going there. They don't wear any helmets. And they're just sitting there, staring at, putting their face up close to stuff they don't know anything about, squeezing it.
So basically, they hired these astronauts and like just waiting in an unemployment line or something like that.
I mean, apparently, because like at least with Prometheus, a lot of the scientists there, they were fringe scientists because it was a mission that was like, because the whole mission was to discover where humanity came from. And it was,
oh yeah, I remember that.
And it was funded by the Wayland Corporation. So they were like no legitimate scientists are really gonna go on this mission. So he had to go more for fringe scientists, more like out of the box scientists.
So this is like the equivalent of the real world Mars One mission that they're trying to do. And like maybe if Tesla was to, or not Tesla, but SpaceX was to get people and say, oh well, we want you to do this and go out there in space.
Yeah, something similar to that. So you can kind of get away a little bit with that, but still, and for me, they're still scientists and still should know basic.
I mean, they're not what am I trying to? They're not held up to a certain standard. I don't think, are they? Like they're just, for the most part, just regular people that got the job.
Well, they're still scientists. They still should know that stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, are they scientists in the sense that they got a degree and they just?
Well, I mean, her name was Dr. Elizabeth Shaw, so yeah.
Okay, never mind. They should know better. They're fucking dumbass.
Yeah, so so they don't wear any, like on Covenant. They don't wear any. Go to this foreign planet. They don't wear any helmets, anything like that.
What they get their degree from? DeVry or some shit? What's happening here?
And my biggest problem with this movie is it does that horror movie thing of it explains all this stuff that I don't think needs explanation. The whole origin of the xenomorph. And because that's the whole big thing with these prequels, them trying to go that backstory of the xenomorph, the origin of that alien. I don't care. It's like with Nightmare on Elm Street of, how did Freddy get his claws? That's just something I don't need answered.
Well, I do have to admit, man, that's more of a personal thing for you, I think, because I think people do want to know this stuff.
But people really want to know the whole origin of the xenomorph and where it came from, and
for everything. I think like where it's like, of course, with a xenomorph, it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, there's life on other planets. They're killing us. They're making eggs and all this stuff. Like, where the fuck did you come from?
I mean, I just looked at it as like, it's just a thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just an alien. It's just, I don't really need a whole big explanation of the whole where it came from and all that. So it just is.
Well, like I said, I could be wrong on it, but I think that's more of a, I think you would be in the minority on that one.
Really?
Like, me personally, I guess I don't care either, but I think we're in the minority on it.
Okay. Well, see, me personally, I don't care. In Halloween, you got to explain how Michael Myers got his mask and his jumpsuit. That's just something I'm not interested in at all.
Well, yeah, okay, like I said, man, like I feel like we're in the minority on that one because with Michael, of course, I'm not of course, but with Michael, I did want to know his backstory just because it's like, why the fuck are you, like, what happened to you psychologically that you're just out here murdering people like this?
See, things like that, I mean, sometimes something, I can just let something be is what it is. I mean, I'm all for building a deeper mythology, expanding upon it, but I don't need everything explained and every detail and all this other stuff. So them trying to go into the whole discovery of the xenomorph and all the whole backstory, I'm just not fascinated by that. Also,
I just want to say real quick, they could have done it well. They could have done it enough to the point where it's like it's short, simple, to the point, and it made you interested in it.
Yeah, I mean,
they didn't do it right. I don't think
a lot of stuff, like some interesting questions were raised in Prometheus. I'll give the movie that.
Okay.
Because them trying to find the creators of humanity, and them, because in this movie he actually does go to that planet. Because you remember at the end of Prometheus, they said they were leaving that planet to go to the planet of the engineers.
Yes, vaguely. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
he takes. Remember when Shaw and the android, there was only two people left, and he takes.
Yeah, I
So
didn't know it was
both
the planet of the engineers. That's all.
right, they go there, and that's pointless because nothing gets answered there.
Oh wow.
So if you were a fan of Prometheus and you liked Prometheus, so you like, oh, I can't wait for these questions to be answered next film. No, they don't care about that.
So yeah, they did it horrible. Then I think that's the main thing with you. Well, you said Michael Myers, though you brought that up as well, but I think if they did it right, then it would have been so much better. And it's like, oh, well, they explain this, and I guess it makes sense or something like that. I think you would have came with a different tune. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, if you executed it well, maybe you could have did that. And you know, the things that so those are the major issues I had with it. That there, some things I liked about it because I said the B movie element of it, and the B movie element of it is one. Okay, the Xenomorph now it's 2017, isn't 1979 when the first one came out, 1980 something when the Aliens came out. So because of that, special effect wise, you can have a CGI Xenomorph moving around, doing things. Now that makes for a cool thing because you can have it move around. I mean, this movie, it's moving around super fast, and it's going crazy fast, and that's terrifying, and that's crazy to look at, especially when these like the thing that comes like before the Xenomorph, like these little creatures before they're also moving really fast.
Okay.
And I mean that's pretty scary stuff, actually,
Got that right.
Yeah. There's still something to be desired for practical effects. I'm a big fan of practical effects.
Oh, same here.
Yeah, and that made it feel more real. And with this movie, I'd say a lot of the CGI stuff is not good.
And it won't age well, will it?
No, I don't think so. Because a lot of it, I was like, you could have did a couple of more renderings of this movie.
Oh,
like
man.
it just feels like, because a lot of it just looks like really bad. I was like,
Isn't there less money that they put into practical effects?
less money. I think it's maybe more time and maybe a little bit more expensive to do practical.
Man, okay. Like I don't know. I feel like if I look at a practical effect, like okay, it's detailed, so it makes sense. But I feel like when you do it digitally, I feel like you have to pay somebody more for that.
I wouldn't know that exactly, but I think it's more practically and
Okay.
to do that. I think it's a little bit more than just to do it digitally.
I just like I'm with you on that because I wish they would go back to practical effects, but they went digital and
I mean, they could have did a mix of digital and practical. That would have been good. But I think it's mostly in this movie straight CGI, and yeah, a lot of it does not look good, at all.
So just to ask, what are the I think you might be getting onto it, but what are the high points of the movie? What would you say?
Well, Michael Fassbender is still the best thing in it, like he was in Prometheus.
Okay, he's great in everything, though.
Yeah, I mean, again, that seems like the character that Ridley Scott is paying the most attention to.
Yeah.
Everyone else is forgettable, and I don't even remember any of their names except for the main character, Catherine Waterstone, who played Danny, the Ripley ripoff, and then Danny McBride, who actually Danny McBride, he's another good person I liked.
I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah,
oh man,
he's actually pretty good, straight dramatic actor. He's actually pretty solid. They don't use him just for comedic relief, and her as the lead, Catherine Waterstone, it's the same problem I had with her when she was in Fantastic Beasts, where she's got no screen presence, got no charisma, and she's got nothing about her that really draws me to her as a lead. Even she was a supporting character in that movie, and she had nothing to draw me to her in that. So it's just like, yeah, I got nothing coming from her at all.
So who the heck were the Xenomorphs trying to kill? Like, there's no main actor in there.
Yeah, I mean they land on a planet and they discover these alien creatures, and like I said, your shit goes off, and a lot of these aliens are just killing people,
killing no names.
Yeah, I mean, you're red shirts. I mean, that's what it feels like. I mean, like I said, the high points of this movie, I thought Michael Fassbender was great. Dan McBride was good. I thought a lot of the Xenomorph stuff was good.
Okay.
Even though I thought some of the CGI was shoddy, I thought that was solid. The Xenomorph being this fast creature like that. Because you've seen it mostly be slow, methodical. There's a lot of big tropey things in this movie. Like you saw in the trailer, the shower scene. That was really like, okay, that's horror movie 101 shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that is just come on, man. The fuck is that?
I want to say they did it for like nostalgia's sake because they were in the era where that stuff was very heavy
Right.
in movies.
I mean, I did see the first Alien, like I said before, and uh, I mean, there was like the cat scenes where the cat jumps out, jump scares with the cat.
Okay, it's only so much I can give leeway with.
But that was in Alien. That was all the way back in '79, though.
It was
Yeah,
like I told you, I haven't seen it, so
yeah. So in Alien, they do cat jump scares, which now if you did that, that'd be a big cliche now.
I didn't know they had a cat in the movie. Like what? I
Right.
don't know. That just threw me off a little bit.
Okay, well, that's right. You hadn't seen the movie. Yeah, they do have a cat. Yeah, Jonesy is the cat in Alien.
Man, I'm sorry, but the best I can do for you, I will play Alien Isolation in VR. I will do that for you. That's the most I can do for you.
Actually, I heard that was a pretty good game, Alien Isolation.
Yeah, it's a great game, and I'm gonna test it out in VR sooner or later. I'm actually hoping that they get a official release for the VR version, but
Uh-huh.
and I won't hold my breath on that. That's Sega.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, those are the high points of the movie, and then the low points are the stupid things of them not wearing helmets on this foreign planet.
Okay.
The best moment for Catherine Waterstone character who plays Danny. The best moment for her is when she says to Billy Crudup, who's the captain of the ship, says to him, like, why the fuck are we going on this planet when we don't know what the fuck is out there? We know we have charted this other planet for years. We already know what's out there. We've studied it. Let's just go there. And they do try to give somewhat of a good explanation of why they don't immediately do that. Because, like I said, it takes 7 years to get to that planet. They would have to go back into hypersleep.
Yeah, and then there would be no movie.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And they don't want to go back into hypersleep after being, woken up the way they were, and they don't want to do that.
What type of reason? Oh, man.
I mean, because something, I don't want to spoil it too much, but something does happen.
Okay.
Well, you can kind of say that's the reason they don't want to go back, and like everybody's a little iffy to go back.
Okay, because I'm just saying the way I heard it is that, oh man, I don't want to go back to sleep, man. I'm cranky right now. I just woke up and got to stretch my bones.
Yeah, so I mean, something does happen where it's like you can kind of see why somebody wouldn't want to do that, but to go on this other planet that you don't know anything about is just like, I mean, come on, and especially since you have, because it's a colonization ship, this covenant that holds 2,000 other people to it that they're responsible for to get to this planet.
2,000, okay.
Yeah, so
That's smaller than I thought, actually.
and embryos and all this other stuff, and that's responsible for them. So I was like, that is a major priority that you got all these other lives to take into consideration. So I mean, that was just
This movie was supposed to be so. I do gotta ask. So what is your review though?
we say.
What is your review? Because I feel like this movie should have been so much better.
I mean, my review is basically, I mean, I'm not a big Alien fan. I like Alien. I'm not a huge, I can't name every single thing about Aliens. Like, what is this ship and all this other stuff. I mean, I do like it. Like I said, is it an okay B movie type of thing? If you look at it like that, yeah. I mean, they do a lot of dumb stuff in it. If you're looking for a lot of questions to be answered, they don't really do that. I mean, they have more questions that get brought up in this movie, timeline wise. If you watch, if you try to follow the whole thing, some of it doesn't make sense to line up with Alien, and they have to do, some of it really doesn't make a lot of sense. So I don't know what they're gonna do to have it line up with that in other movies, and so that's a big issue. So I mean, I wouldn't give it a thumbs down personally. I mean, if I had to go, I'd still maybe give it a thumbs up solidly.
Okay.
If I had to say, just to make it clear, I give it maybe 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's not the best, but
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I wouldn't go see in the theater again. If it came on TV, maybe I'll check it out. Maybe just to see a few scenes.
If it was on the screen already, and say, I'm sitting here.
I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of cool action moments in it. It's pretty nice.
Okay.
But that's really about it. Yeah.
The movie is, like I said, man, I'm gonna just play it in VR. That's gonna be my best Alien experience. I might watch the movie. I might watch the Aliens.
Aliens is good. I like Aliens better than Alien because it's a little bit more faster paced than Alien is.
And just one last question: should I watch Alien before I watch Aliens?
Um, I would because it's a classic. Yeah, I
Ah,
mean, narratively wise,
narratively, yes.
I mean, there's nothing. I mean, Ripley's back and all type of stuff like that, and I mean, a lot of the experience she has in the first movie they talk about in the second movie.
Okay.
So
So yeah, I'll watch both then.
yeah,
I'll give it a chance.
yeah. But Alien Isolation, I saw that. I wanted to get it. I don't like games really where you sneak too much. It seemed like a lot of sneaking around, and like I
Oh,
like things we actually can fight back at some point.
well, honestly, that's why I said VR because it doesn't have official support for it, but I found a workaround for it, and I figured like, man, after talking about this, I feel like playing it now. It's been on my computer for the longest,
Right.
but yeah, once you're actually in it, that changes everything. Like I told you with that John Wick game or whatever, I'm ducking and running around my room, all this gunshots everywhere and everything.
I mean, that would be pretty cool if you would maybe VR would be a more better experience. That's a game that you would probably
Yes, and
be better benefited from something like that.
oh, and while we're on the topic, I just want to say that like since I said John Wick, they're doing things like in LA, they're making it so that after you get done watching the movie, you get the VR experience. So if they do release an Alien Isolation or just a new Alien game where it's like you get the VR experience, you get done watching that movie, you get to experience that stuff in heart beating virtual reality.
Right. That would be really nice, to like VR to give you a more first hand experience of actually trying to hide through the corridors of the spaceship and run
Yeah.
from that would
Especially after you're done watching the movie. Like I just really thought about it. That increases the experience.
yeah, I think it would. All right, so move on to our next topic. We'll talk about Logic's album,
All right.
Everybody. So, and I talked a lot. I talked a lot. So, how do you feel about it, ladies?
Man, I love it. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Like I feel like I'm in a minority on that so much, but I love it. But I can't say that because his album is number one right now. He beat Kendrick for the top spot, but Kendrick's been out for a month now, so that was gonna happen anyway. I think he sold. Don't want to get misquoted, but I think he sold 250, either 150 or 250,000.
Okay.
I can't remember at the moment, but his fans are supporting him. He's got love out there, and the message is great in my opinion. Now, I'll throw the ball back in your court. You can.
Well, I was reading something when somebody called it I think quite a few people said somebody called it the All Lives Matter of rap albums.
Yeah, I've been hearing that so much, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait. I do have to ask though. What race is he again?
he's biracial. You don't. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a big burning question after this fucking album. I mean that's a lot of it. I mean, I'm always up for artists bringing up their experiences, talking about their, what motivates them.
Yeah, make it real.
Life experiences, because that's what an artist should do. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's what's personal to him, and his experiences growing up both black and both white. That's personal to him,
Yes.
and that can be interesting.
But
Not almost on every damn song,
exactly.
And did you like the concept of the album, like the dude dying and then talking to Neil deGrasse Tyson?
I love the concept because I don't even know if I actually want to say this, but that's more of like my belief. Like he said that for those that don't know about it, and I'll break it down. Because Logic said it before the album even came out. It's no big secret. He's this guy. His name is Adam, spelled Atom, I believe.
Okay.
And he's just walking. Got a pack of smokes. He's trying to go back to his baby mama. She's talking to him on the phone. He's like, "I'll be there in a minute." Oh, god dang, I'll be there in a minute. He gets hit by a car, which is actually like one of the personas of Logic running him over, just driving, just thinking about life and shit. Just ran his ass over, but he dies. So he sees Neil deGrasse Tyson, talks to him. He finds out that Neil deGrasse Tyson is supposedly God. He just answered and said, "Yeah," but then he finds out that he's everyone on Earth.
Right.
Like there is no one else. His job is to live every single life, every creed, color, religion, sexuality, whatever. His job is to just understand every perspective and basically become enlightened.
Right.
And like pretty much that's how you save the world. Like that's the meaning of life is what they're trying to say and all that type of stuff.
Right. I mean, that's what gets into like the whole meaning of the album more or less, where it's called Everybody.
Yeah.
Where he's bringing up things like why people say it's the All Lives Matter of rap albums, because I mean he says we're all one, And
Because I'm sorry to cut you off, but once you think about it, like in the sense of Adam and Eve,
right,
we are one because it's like, okay, well, Adam was the only person on earth, on this earth.
right.
Then supposedly, like they try to say, Eve was made from his ribs or something, right? I think
So.
that's the trope or whatever. But yeah, then they had children. It's like your children are basically a clone of you or whatever.
Right.
So you just kind of splitting yourself into more and more and more and more. It just started with one.
Yeah. I mean, because it gets into that and more of love everybody and all this other stuff,
Yeah.
and why can't we just stop killing each other, and like, I mean,
It did become like a Barney special after a while.
I mean, that's a nice sentiment, but if he wanted to delve, and I'm not telling him what he should have, shouldn't have did, because I mean, in art, I mean, listen, you did what you did, and I can only judge it based on that. If he wanted to delve more into what divides, because there are things that do divide us as a society. Those are religion,
Yes.
sex, politics. These are things that really divide us. Now, why do they divide us as a society so much? To delve into more of that, maybe that could have been something there. I think that would have been more interesting to delve into. Because I haven't heard any rapper really. I mean, they've talked about social issues like that before,
but not like this narrative. And
yeah,
he like you just said, he didn't go deep enough though.
I mean, he could have just. I mean, that's just so the surface, like, it's like that Pepsi commercial. It was talking about, it was Kendall Jenner, and they were holding up signs of peace and happiness.
I wouldn't compare those, but okay.
But just like how basic that is, like,
I guess, yeah.
surface level. How is it so surface level, basic of, like, because who's gonna say fuck peace? Who's gonna say fuck happiness and love? You know what I mean? Like, those are like basic adjectives. You know what I mean? I know adjectives too. Joy. You know what I mean? I can say one too. And who's gonna say that? So Logic coming out and saying, "Hey, love one another." Who's gonna say fuck loving one another? You know what I mean? Or something like that.
That's true, but I like the album for the album. Like, aside from the message, I like the instrumentals. I like his.
It's good production. It's really good production. Yeah.
He didn't use his features the best. That's one of my biggest gripes.
Killer Mike. You can't have Killer Mike on the track talking. You can't have J. Cole on the track just talking. That's bullshit.
J. Cole was rapping a little bit, and that's more of an Easter egg right there too, and I love that.
I mean, you can't have Killer Mike.
And, okay, for the record, I do got to say, you can go back to Killer Mike in a second, but I do have to say, J. Cole said that people think that Logic can rap when really is just a child that needed love and all this type of stuff.
Right.
It's like he's just saying, like, yeah, basically what most of my favorite rappers say, like, yeah, I can't rap. I'm just Kendrick Lamar said it. I'm a human being over dope ass instrumentals.
Right. Just more of a poet.
Yeah.
Doing it. I mean, that's good and all, I mean, but I mean, do you think Logic, rapping wise, do you think he rips off Kendrick a lot, bites his flow?
No, not at all.
Okay, a lot of people do think that. A lot of people do think he bites his flow.
I don't see that at all. Like, maybe I need to go back and look at it now because you just gave me a new perspective, but not now.
Because Logic, the big thing with him is identity of, like, some tracks he'll sound like maybe Big Sean or Drake or some of the biggest people out.
I can see the Big Sean though.
And I do like Logic as a person, and I liked his last album, The Incredible True Story. I thought that was good. I thought that was solid. And his production-wise, he's gotten much better.
Okay.
Lyric-wise and content-wise, as far as the message, the meanings, I think has gone down. But production is still there.
Yes.
A lot, and I don't like, because he has a tie-in to The Incredible True Story to this album as well.
And just to ask, to go back for a second, Incredible True Story. How did you like that?
I thought it was good. I thought it was solid. I mean, I'd give it a higher rating than this one.
Oh, I would give it a much lower rating. I didn't like it as much.
Really?
Everybody loved that album, and they told me to go listen to it, but I didn't like it as much. But I don't want to deter from this actual conversation on the Everybody album.
Right. So what are some songs that you liked on there?
It's better to say which ones I didn't like, and man, to even say that much, I like every song on the album. Let's see, like Hallelujah, that was a great intro. Everybody was so. Everybody, it's like I love it sometimes, then I'm like, I'll skip it. The skits took up a lot of the album, but I didn't mind it. I don't like the one where he has a rant at the end. I can't remember the name of that song. It was basically him. That was his song because he raps from different perspectives on here. We didn't mention that just yet, but he raps from different perspectives. Like there's only like 2 songs on him that are actually him rapping as him.
Right.
Everything else is like him rapping from like some drug dealer or just different people around the world. Like he says, everybody. Right. Or I shouldn't even say around the world because somebody brought up that he never brought up any Asian. He's like black, white, Muslim. He never mentioned Asian in anything. Like, I'm like, wait, that is a big part of the world. Like, why did you miss that? Like, I don't think he said Buddha or anything. Like, he never said anything for Asians.
Well, I mean, it is everybody, so everybody's included automatically.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the thing is with this album, he's just, like you said, barely scratching the surface. He didn't go deep enough. He didn't make it. It's I can't even say it's real, honestly. Like, it's the idea, the concept is real. I love him for doing the concept album in the first place because nobody really does that.
Right.
And I want to say he's bringing it back, but who knows? Like, it might just die off again. But yeah, he didn't go deep enough because he didn't make it to the point where we're talking about world issues. He made it just specifically in the U.S. It's like, oh, black, white. I need my black people to stand up. It's like because Black Lives Matter and all this type of stuff. But I'm also biracial, so like you said, all lives matter.
All right. I mean, some songs I liked on here. I liked Killing Spree. That was really good. Yeah. That was good. Who knew Ansel Elgort? I didn't know he was a singer. The dude's an actor. He was in, like Fault in Our Stars and stuff. He was like he's gonna be in the new movie Baby Driver, the Edgar Wright film.
Man, I got to see that movie.
Yeah, so I didn't know he was a singer. So actually, he's got a pretty good voice. That was really good. I liked Everybody. I thought that was a decent song. There's not much on this project that I'm really into. Like Black Spider-Man, I thought that was bad.
That's his first single, I think, too.
Yeah, I thought that was shitty, and that gave me concern right there. When I listened to that song, I thought that was shitty.
I liked it. It reminded me of Chance the Rapper on that one. He's got a little gospel in there, like with the Hallelujah, and I think those are the main 2 songs, Black Spider-Man and Hallelujah, where it's more of a gospel feel.
Confess again, Wasting Killer Mike. So that's the song that's scratched out right there.
He didn't waste them, but when you see Killer Mike, you expect him to rap, and it's like, oh, Killer Mike and Logic on the song. This is gonna be the most illest song ever. But he just had this big rant at the end. It's like, I like it, but we want to hear you rap. It's like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. What was that song? The Garden or something? Me and my chick took a little dip.
I don't remember that. No.
I was just listening to it earlier today. On the man, what's the name of the album? When he has the dark image with the horns or whatever on the album.
Oh, Born Sinner.
Born Sinner. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I haven't listened to that album in quite a while.
So. Oh yeah, I was going back to a whole lot of old songs today.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's they had Kendrick Lamar just singing the hook where it's like, me and my chick took a little dip down to the garden. He didn't rap. He just did the chorus.
That's still. It's not just talking; it's rhyming a little bit.
I guess, but he's not really having a verse. He doesn't have a verse. He's just doing the hook or the chorus or whatever you want to call it.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, Confess didn't like that.
Okay.
Black Spider-Man didn't like. What else we got on here? I thought Juicy J, waste of a feature from Juicy J.
It was all right.
Yeah, thought that was a waste.
Could have been better, but Juicy J, I don't really hold him up to high standard.
1-800 with Alicia Cara, that's decent.
Another reason, like I love that song too, but he didn't go deep enough with that one. It's like, man, you're trying to save somebody's life. Like right. he said it in an interview. He said like, people came to me, they said, man, your music saved my life. Mm-hmm. He's like, man, I saved somebody's life without even trying. Now, what would happen if I did try?
Right.
And it's like you tried, but I feel like it's the same effect as if you didn't try. Like I wanted you to go harder, man. Like I wanted this to like make me fucking get on my knees and fucking pour down crying or some shit. Like, man, it's so beautiful.
Right.
But it was just good. It wasn't great.
Mm-hmm. So just to wrap up, so what's your final rating for it?
Man, this is an album that I love because I guess I want to love it. Mm. But it still got the instrumentals. The rap flow is decent. The features, like I said before, it's like everything. Once I name more and more, it goes down. So, if I can go by my rating, I'll just say tune in, thumbs up, because I can't put a number on it. I bought the album, by the way.
Oh, you bought the physical?
Yes, the physical album.
Hmm.
And he did good in his physical album sales. I think like a good 65% were physical albums.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like him, J. Cole, like the top artists out there, they're selling physical albums a lot more than they're selling digital.
They got a lot. I mean, he does have a dedicated fan base.
Yes, he does.
Very, very dead. They really like what he does a lot, which is good for him. I like him. He's a good dude. I like him. I've seen him in interviews. I think he's a good guy. I mean, if I had to say, I'd give a thumbs down.
I don't blame you though, because I'm hearing that a lot.
Yeah. So I think tune out of it. I don't think it's really worth it.
Hey, but like you said, the fan base, man, the numbers don't lie.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of his dedicated fan base do like it, and I mean, I'm happy for him. They made number one. I'm happy for him. He found a lot of success. It's cool. I just don't think this album is his best work.
I don't think it's his best work. I will say that Under Pressure, that's always gonna hold a spot in my heart.
Yeah, I think Under Pressure is my favorite so far of what he's done.
And that was his first, so like he came out like Kanye on that one, in my opinion. That's what I used to say back then.
Right.
And as you said before, like he kind of bites the style a little. I don't want to say bite the style, but you can hear other people in him.
Yeah.
And I just want to say before we wrap up on that he takes inspiration from those people. Like he may be damn near the same age as everybody else, like J. Cole, like Kendrick, Big Sean, but he listens to them like the same way we listen to them.
Right.
He's listening to them, and that's what got him started on this. Like he was in college listening to the same people that was his age. It's crazy.
No. I mean, now those people are his contemporaries now.
Exactly. Like I can't remember who said that, but exactly that much.
Yeah. So to move on to your topics, we got for us today then.
Trill League. I'll start off with Trill League, and then we'll get to the other one later on.
Okay.
But Trill League, man, as I'm saying this, Google search Trill League, everyone that is listening, because I want this on Adult Swim now. If anybody loves Boondocks, and to a smaller extent, Black Dynamite, not so much, but mainly Boondocks. If anybody loves Boondocks, Trill League is the next Boondocks. I'm worried that it might not have the smartest aspect behind it, but it reflects Black culture in the form of hip hop, politics, just everything. Like okay, to explain it all, you have your DC characters in a Black Hood form, where it's like Superman is Swole Man, Wonder Woman is Wandisha, I think her name is.
Okay.
Batman is Brother Man, I think his name was. I might mix up that name, but that's basically what he is. And his sidekick is actually opposite of him, which is his name used to be Trill Robin, now it's Sparrow. And those are the main characters. Like everybody else, you got Aquaman and all that other good stuff, like the Justice League, basically. And the rest of them from the Justice League, they're inspired from like real life people. Like Michael Jackson is supposed to be this the Flash, or whatever their name up for it is. Prince is supposed to be Purple Freeze, which is what is that one Frozen character from DC?
There's a lot. Mr. Freeze, Captain Cold.
Captain Cold, I think.
Okay.
I think that's supposed, because he got the jacket and everything like him.
Okay.
But yeah, they have various other people. They bring in like Chris Brown just to make a joke off of him, saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna do these dance moves on you. Ain't ready for this."
Okay.
They brought in Drake because this is all comics, by the way. We're waiting on to get the animated series, and we're waiting on all this stuff to go through. But for the comic, they brought in Drake, and I think Drake got it was one diss track or something. Drake was trying to hide out from a diss track. I forgot what it was. Did he get bodied on a diss track?
Like, did he get, like in real life, did he get bodied on a diss track? No.
Yeah, because it was something in the past month that he was hiding out in the comic book.
The only person that put a diss track with him was like, it was the Meek Mill thing that went on. Then he got into another thing with like Joe Budden, but he never responded to Joe Budden. Okay. Joe Budden put up, but I mean, people didn't even really listen to that, so I can't really say he got bodied because people didn't really listen to it. Okay, well, for those that are listening, like if you want to look it up, just type in Trill League, Trill League. I'm pretty sure you know how to spell that. Just go to Google Images and you'll find all this stuff. Like Drake, he was hiding out. I can't remember what it was for, but they just bring in so many different things. They have Bernie Sanders on there talking about politics and everything. Oh, well, not necessarily talking about politics. It's just a funny riff between what happened during the election. Okay. And I heard, so they're trying to get on Adult Swim. So how close it is to getting on Adult Swim?
Okay, so he's had the talk with the head machos, whatever, for Adult Swim. That was, I believe, a month ago. He's had an interview with Complex Magazine, and they were talking to him, asking about certain different things, like how the interview go. He couldn't say too much. He made a post to Instagram recently, like the past week, and he said, "Man, I've been trying to like do this fan art for you guys because he's working on commission right now."
Right.
And what I think he's trying to do is he's trying to give people like collector's editions before he actually does go to Adult Swim.
Okay.
So he's trying to do all this stuff. He's like apologizing, like, "Man, yeah, sorry guys, I'm taking a while, but once I tell you guys in the next week or so what's going down, you'll understand why." He's getting all these people coming to him after that Complex interview. So I'm hoping that it's Adult Swim, but if not, I get more content from him one way or another because he's gonna tell us what's going on.
Okay. I'm looking at the animation style right now. Yeah, it looks really good. It looks very Boondocks-esque type animation, which is really nice. Yeah, I can see a very Boondocks inspired type of thing that would go on. So the comic is very humorous. Like
Oh
you said.
yes,
Yeah.
and like I said, it reflects the black culture, which can be a bad thing if you ask me sometimes, but it's just a reflection. Like the culture can be bad, negative somewhat times.
So it's a commentary on like hip hop and
Yes, and one of the funniest things that I've seen so far is Swole Mane was having sex with Wandisha, and she said, "Smack that shit." He smacked her. He smacked her into the fucking orbit.
okay. So yeah, okay, that sounds really good. You know, nice humorous style. You know, matches the animation. Huh.
Yeah, and supposedly that was the third time that happened that week. But aside from that, man, like, well, not aside from that, but the comic is great. I want to see more of the comic, if anything. Like, I don't care what else happens. I want to see more of this. And he's been working on this for 3 years. He said it's taken over his life, and he really wants this to happen. Like, this has been his goal to get on Adult Swim or just make it big like this.
And he's also from Chicago.
Oh, how did I forget to mention that, man? He's from our city, Chi-Town.
And Anthony Piper is his name.
Yes.
So it says Anthony Piper, he used to do freelance for Marvel Comics, right?
Oh, and I forgot about that too. He did freelance for Marvel. They were talking about in the Complex interview. If he's worried about DC getting on him or something for riffing on their stuff, but he said it happens basically. But he does have I think he has somebody from the Boondocks team and somebody from the Black Dynamite team with him.
Okay.
And if you go to the Complex interview, you'll see somewhere towards the bottom he claims all that. So he's got a big team with him now. Like, he's building up. He's getting, what I like to say, he's getting his clout. So I like to see this. Like, no matter what road it goes down, like I said before, I want to see more of it. I want to see this build get bigger because I love the art style of it. I love the comedy. I love this reflection on what our culture is. Like I said, because some people may see it as like, this is buffoonery. What are you doing? But yeah, do you see what's out there? Like, maybe if that stuff got better, then this stuff would be better.
Yeah. I'm reading a little bit of his interview from Complex right here. He's saying stuff that also influenced it was Martin, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Living Single. Do you get a feel from like that from watching, like reading the comic, like those type of inspiration?
Not really. Like, I can see the Martin, and he actually did a drawing of Martin too, the whole cast or whatever, and that was pretty good. But yeah, I don't see Fresh Prince at all. Like, I can't see that one.
Okay.
But Martin for sure. That's more of a comedy I can see. Like, Fresh Prince was kind of a family thing, and I don't see the family thing going on.
It says, okay, so some of the big titles that Anthony Piper worked on: Invincible Iron Man he worked on, Guardians of the Galaxy, awesome mix of Infinity comic he worked on. So one short story about Domino and the Uncanny X-Men.
Okay.
I know he's got another secret project coming up for Marvel. Yeah,
you're telling me stuff I didn't even know about.
It says last year he did another thing where he combined his love of hip hop for comic books, where he teamed up with Method Man to co-write Ghost Rider Xmas Special.
Ghost Rider Xmas Special. Wait, what is that?
I don't know. But he teamed up with Method Man for it. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, yeah, like I said, you're telling me stuff I didn't even know, and it's weird that he's working with Marvel so much, but he's making DC-esque characters.
Yeah. I mean, so do you know if he's ever worked for DC before? Doesn't
Not
say
that I
here.
know of.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
haven't
say.
seen that anywhere.
Huh.
But I do know he's made different like album covers for different artists. Some most underrated. Like I don't think I've seen any big name ones or like not big names, but I haven't seen anybody I know.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, they do ask questions. Do you think DC will ever hire? He says no. I guess he's never worked for DC before. Okay. And says not to mention in the Domino short that he wrote, he made fun of Batman v Superman. So, yeah, which I think everybody did. So I don't think that's a big issue.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
That
So
movie.
I mean, I'm excited to see the series. I really want it to happen. Yeah.
Hey, I say go out there, show him some support if you like it. I don't know like how to spam Adult Swim and say make this a thing, but somebody do it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And you had just one last topic, right?
Oh yes, the last topic of the night. The FCC is trying to roll back on net neutrality, which we just fought for 2 years ago, and it's kind of weird.
Right.
But the internet moves in 10 years per second or something like that. But yeah, so long story short, this past Thursday, the FCC voted 2 against 1, Republicans against Democrats, because apparently that's the trend these days. But they voted 2 against 1 in form of vote of rolling back net neutrality. And for people that don't know, net neutrality is saying that everything is equal. Everybody gets the same internet speed.
Right.
Nobody gets any fast lanes, which is going to happen if they roll it back. Like if you like Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, Amazon, whatever, those things are always going to be there. No matter what, those are big companies. They're going to big corporations, whatever. They're going to be there. But if we like, let's say the afternoon too,
Right.
we want to start up on our own website. That thing is probably going to end up in a slow lane because we got to pay an extra tax. We don't have to. I don't want to say, but if it's Comcast, if it's like, who knows? Like, I don't know how this is going to work, honestly, but different websites are going to have to pay to get those fast lanes, to get the blazing fast speeds or whatever.
So people can monopolize the business.
Exactly. Yeah. And Comcast already has that monopoly, so it's going to get even worse.
Right.
And when it comes to these little guys, it's like, okay, I use YouTube for most of my internet browsing, but I like the option of having other stuff. Like, I go to other websites every once in a while.
Right.
I don't want to have to go to, like, it's like when I go shopping, I don't want to have to go to Walmart every day.
Right. I mean, so they have different avenues, though. And doing this will only limit you to the major places.
Yes, and those that can afford it. Because, well, I keep saying those that can afford it, but that's the way that people are saying it. Like, that's what's going to more than likely end up happening. But it doesn't have to happen. Like, I have WoW internet. I don't know what the hell they do, but I know Comcast is going to make you pay for it.
So why do you think this was a vote that they voted for?
That is a good question, man. Like, because they tried to do it 2 years ago, during the Obama era. And I guess I can't even say it's anything to do with Trump. It's just something that they just want to keep fighting against. They don't want the...
Could it be that it gives more money to corporations if they do this?
Oh, of course. Because they have no competition. It's like I said, Walmart. Like when Walmart comes through, that's what they do. They throw out all the mom and pop shops and they make you go to them.
So that could be the reason right there.
Yeah, okay. You just made a big point right there. That's the main reason. And also I think that would cut off like certain things like the dark web, the black market of the internet, like Bitcoins would probably go down after that.
Well, that could be one big positive thing, I guess.
Well, depending on what you call positive, because no, it's a positive thing. I can't argue.
Yeah.
I won't say that I've browsed on the dark web before. I would never agree with that. What are you talking about?
All right.
But yeah, it would probably kill torrenting and like illegal downloadings and all that. Like that's already dying as is. Like I see these pirated websites go down every day. Like the Pirate Bay has been down, up and down, left and right.
Right. But it's still hanging in there though.
It's still hanging in there somehow. I don't.
Didn't the creator get like arrested or something?
Yeah, but I don't even know how this stuff works anymore, man. Like somebody just goes up to the mantle and says, "Oh, this is mine now."
Okay.
They have it across the. I think that's the biggest pirating website. So
yeah, it's the most famous. Yeah, everybody knows Pirate Bay. Yeah,
it's been around since the '90s and shit. I think.
No.
And so yeah, I don't know. People find a way around everything. Hopefully we can find our ways around this fast lane stuff, but it's not all doom and gloom because it's not over yet. Later on in the year, people will be able to fight against it, and I'm hoping that people will go to go FCC.com. Go FCCyourself.com, I think it is. I know John Oliver had a big thing about this 2 weeks ago where he was talking about it, and he crashed the website. He made people go there. He said, go FCCyourself.com right now. And immediately after that, he crashed the website. There's too many people trying to jump on. But yeah, I hope that we can fight against this again, because it's just something, like I like to say, it's petty. They just want to keep fighting against this, and we're going to keep fighting against it ourselves. Fighting for it ourselves.
So this is basically, since they vote on it, it's going to be a done deal, or is it going to?
No, it's they voted to push it forward, I guess I'd say.
Okay.
I don't know much about politics myself, but that's basically what I got out of it. And later on this year, we're going to get a vote for it again ourselves, I believe.
Okay.
So, like I said, I don't know how the politics goes, but go FCCyourself.com. That's the main thing I've been hearing lately. Go to that website, show your support. I think tell your member of Congress or something like that, or just do all that stuff that helps.
Okay. I'm reading a quote here. It says, FCC Chairman Ajit Pai, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, agreed that the current rules represented a bureaucratic straitjacket on the industry.
Yeah, sounds about right. Wait, the current rules? The current rules as of now?
Yeah.
Do you understand what the hell he means?
I mean, when he says bureaucratic straitjacket, I guess too many regulations, it's strangling it, that ending net neutrality would free up more things.
Well, it's not a straitjacket. Like the internet as of now is like the Wild West. It's like everything is free and people are just roaming left and right with blazing fast speeds, of course. But how does it a straitjacket? Like, that makes no sense. Is he just using words to sound like it's horrible? Like,
well, it says he also goes on to say the internet was not broken in 2015. Paz said, representing the often chosen turn of phrase, the utility style regulation known as Title II were and are like the preventable sledgehammer being wielded against the flea, except that here there was no flea.
Well, I don't know if he's saying the same things I've heard before, but with them trying to roll back on net neutrality, I think that's, people have been saying that that's a solution looking for a problem.
Okay.
So I don't know if I think he's saying the exact opposite of that, actually, but what he's saying makes no sense to me. If it makes sense to you, please let me know.
I mean, not really. I mean, it's just a proverbial sledgehammer being wielded against the flea, except that here there was no flea.
So I feel like he's just saying some shit, man. I'm sorry, but I swear, if he said that and somebody clapped after him, like people just clapped after he said that, then that just proves that somebody can just spew out any bullshit.
I mean,
because what do you think about it? Like the internet being free and wild as it is, like I understand we need some provisions and all that stuff, but
I mean, getting rid of like the dark web and stuff like that, which is a lot of crime is committed in those areas.
Yeah.
And so doing that if you said that would restrict that.
I would imagine so.
And now it would make it for people easier to be caught, or no?
Well, I would imagine. Okay, so here's my thing. I think that only approved, like quote unquote approved websites will get these fast lanes.
Okay.
So everything else will get the slow lanes automatically. I think that's the way they're going to do it. Like, it's so many different ways they can do this. It's just they're leaving the door open for different possibilities. So we don't know what's going to happen afterwards.
So
we're scared of those possibilities.
Those other websites that are not in the fast lanes, they're in the slow lanes.
Yeah, it's not really traffic is going to be like, if you cut off the amount of customers that are going to come there, like, okay, T-Mobile binge on. You know about that, right?
Right.
I have T-Mobile and I use binge on, and I kind of get mad about it because I fight against this stuff with them opposing to net neutrality.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, this is the same thing because I can go on YouTube and just not use any of my data.
Right.
To the point where if I want to go to like Daily Motion or something like that, they're going to use my data. So I'm definitely not going to go to them. I'm going to go to YouTube.
Right.
It's to the point where you just killed Daily Motion. You killed all of the ones that don't get that fast lane. Why would I go to it? I'm getting faster speeds. Like, if I want to watch a 1080p video, I'm going to go to the one that's going to get it to me fastest. Like, if I want to watch a 4K video, of course, like, that's something that's on the rise now. And people are going to get Google Fiber. They want to get the fastest blazing speed. So,
yeah. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested. Do you know when the vote happens?
I don't know, and that's my only regret as of bringing out this information today.
Okay.
And like I said, it just happened this past Thursday. Like, I don't really have much information on it just now. All I want to do is just bring it up his attention, just so people know about it. Like, the people, if they care about it, they'll do their research, they'll find out. Because if you don't care, you're not gonna remember the date. If I say the date right now, you're not gonna remember it, or maybe you might put it in your calendar. I hope you would actually.
All right. Just say the website they can go to again.
Oh, go fccyourself.com.
Okay.
Or is it .gov? Actually, could you do a quick Google search, please? It could be .gov.
You don't know if it's so FCC yourself. He said, is it .gov or .com?
Yeah, it should be .com, but it might be .gov.
Let's see here.
Go FCC yourself. Okay.
Let's see.
So people, we are experiencing.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
We are experiencing slow Google food.
Yeah. I need to. I mean, is fiber coming to Chicago anytime soon?
Oh fuck no.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't want the big cities.
They don't want the big cities.
Yeah, it's infrastructure. It makes sense because with the smaller cities, they can make it so where it's like, okay, we don't have that much competition. We can build the groundwork. It won't be too much of a hassle. There's not construction going on every day. It's so much easier for them, and it makes sense. It makes me want to move to those smaller towns actually. And honestly, I don't think we need Google Fiber. Like, unless we're uploading this video and downloading some games, I don't really need Google Fiber. I'm good.
I want fast. Yeah.
See, yeah, like I said, man, you want the 4K, you want the blazing speed.
So it's www.gofccyourself.com. So it's .com.
Okay, good. Just have to make sure.
Yep, .com. All right. So that's everything for today.
Yes, it is.
All right, so just gonna wrap up. So any final word to the people at all?
And go to gofccyourself.com.
Okay.
And once again, check out Trill League.
All right. That's great. And just signing off here. So if you always want to check us out, get in contact with us. We're on Facebook and Twitter at The Afternoon Tune. And you can always check it out for weekly updated content on YouTube at youtube.com/The Afternoon Tune. Don't forget to like and subscribe as always. And if you're not into any of that social media stuff at all, hey, don't forget to always email us at theafternoontune@gmail.com. And don't forget to always stay tuned. Hello, thanks for checking out our content. If you liked it, let us know. And if you didn't, let us know that as well. If you want to see more content, we post every Saturday on SoundCloud and YouTube at The Afternoon Tune. You can also find us through various social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all one word at The Afternoon Tune. And if you don't deal with any of that social media stuff, you can also find us through our email at theafternoontune@gmail.com. And don't forget to always stay tuned.